Hey, it's Annie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to lift your eye up using eyeshadow. This is really easy to do, and especially if you have slightly hooded eyes. If you have really hooded eyes, I don't know, but I always say bring your color up a little bit more. But I'm just going to show you how you can lift it up without doing a winged liner. I feel like I did this a while ago, but I don't think I ever shared it with you guys. So we're gonna get right into it really quickly. If you're new here, I share makeup, skincare. If that's something that interests you, please consider smashing that subscribe button below, and also make sure you click that notification bell too, because I don't want you to miss out on any of my future content. Okay, so I'm going to use the Sultry palette. I haven't used this one in a while. Girl, can we talk about the packaging? That's why I bought it in the first place. But this is from Anastasia. This is my favorite formula of all the eyeshadow palettes that I have. And since we're in the holiday season and this was considered the holiday palette a couple years ago, I brought it out for you. You're welcome. So I am going to go in and I am going to use my Refer brush number 3. And you can see how it's see how it's got a nice little point to it. I don't want to go in with something like this. It's way too fluffy. Okay, that's a good blending brush. We don't want to do that. Even something like this would be too fluffy. I need to have some control. So I want to use a brush like this, which I'm using this brush, but I mean you want to use a brush like this. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this color here, this brown shadow right here, and Mama can't read it, and if you can, you get extra points today. So I'm going to go in and take my brush. One of the things I love about her shadows is I feel like you could just place your brush in there and you're just going to get a ton of color. You know what I mean? You don't have to dig in there and get her color. That's why I like it, girl. So I'm going to go ahead. What I want to do is I'm going to make like a V on the outside. I'm kind of like not really doing a wing. I'm not doing a wing, but I'm going to lift this up here. Okay, so I'm just going to draw it, and that's why I like this, because I have a lot of control with this, and I'm holding it back like this. You don't ever want to hold a brush like this, because it's going to be, you're going to put too much pressure on it. You want to put your hand back, kind of, hold it like that, and I'm going to go straight up from the outside corner like this. I'm kind of going up and down because I need to make sure I'm getting enough shadow on there. See, like that. Now, already, do you see the difference between that eye and that eye? How I kind of lifted it up? Okay. So we're going to lift that up now. Once I get up there, I'm just going to bring it up here. Like that, and just gently go across. Like that. See how I already kind of created that like lift on the outside? I'm going to add just a little bit more color. We're going to blend it. We're not going to leave it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and go again. I just want to make it just a little bit darker. And then bring it up here. But again, look at the difference between that eye and that eye. See that? Okay. So we're going to blend. Not blend, but, kind of sweeping it over, like that. Gonna stop, put that down. Now I'm going to take my blending brush. This is my Refer brush number 10 or 16, 15. What number is that? Okay, it's 15. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to take this and really lightly, I'm going to start to blend it. And I'm going to blend this too. We want most of that punch of color outside, because this is kind of like I'm contouring. It's like I'm contouring my eyes when I'm doing this. We don't want to bring all, we don't want to, like I said, I don't want to get rid of all of that, but I do want to blend it out pretty good. So before I get to the other eye, let's keep going with this eye. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this shadow down here. This brown shadow here. Oh, right there. And I am going to use my Refer brush number 1. It's kind kind of a flat brush, a little bit of fluffiness to it, but it's kind of flat. So I'm going to just go in there, tap that. I need to tap out her colors a little bit, and I'm just putting it on my lid. And I'm not going to go on top of that color, okay? So I'm just kind of filling it in. It's kind of like I'm coloring in the lines. I'm going to take my fluffy brush again, and I'm just going to blend that. Now I'm going to take my rougher brush number 2. This is really easy, so you can see already. Look where we're at already. I'm going to take my rougher brush number 2, and I'm going to go in this color right here. I don't know if I need to wet it. We're going to try it without wetting it, see if I get enough color, because I'm going over something dark. Yeah, I need to wet this a little bit. So I'm going to take my MAC. This is my Fix Plus from MAC. It has a little bit of glycerin in it, and that is just going to help to add a little bit more punch to this color. It's going to, you'll see. Remember when I just put it on? Now look at, now you can actually really see that color. It gave it a little bit more of a punch, you know what I'm saying? And we just want to get this all on top of that lid, but I don't want to get that outside corner yet, okay? We're not getting on top of there, we're just filling in again right on top of the color I just did. Now I want to soften this a little bit more because it's a little bit harsh. So I'm just going, and again, holding my brush back like this, using my rougher brush number 16, and I'm just lightly buffing that out. Now I want to go in and I want to take a little bit of this color here. That's the one that I put on the base. I just want to do, I'm going to use my fluffy brush still, my blending brush. I'm just going to go like this, and it's going to go like that. That's it. Don't need to dig your brush on this. And just want to go lightly on the top here just because I want to blend it and soften a little bit more. I'm just going to wipe my brush off. And I'm going to see how pretty that looks and see how that lifted up my eye as opposed to this eye. Can you see the difference between the two? Just adding that darker color just lifted it up. I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye. So again, we're going to take that same rougher brush that I used and that same color that I used in the beginning, and I'm going to go like this and this. And I gotta look at this eye because this eye is a little bit more hooded. So I have to relax my eye a little bit more and lift it slightly up a little bit more like that. I'm going to bring it over a little bit, but I want most of that on that end there. Then I'm going to take that same blending brush and we're going to blend it. This shadow here again, and we're just going to put that, I'm going to put that on my lid. You're probably like, why are you putting the dark one in the light? I just want to have a little bit of a darker base to it, but I just don't want it that dark. I like to use a little bit of shimmer on top because then I feel like it just adds a little pop to my eye. Can you see the difference between the two eyes? Since I have that, I just feel like that kind of brightens up my eye a little bit better. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my number 2 brush again. I'm going to wipe this off, honestly, and then I'm going to spray it again. And I'm going to use that same shadow and go right over it. Oh my gosh, I love this color. So pretty. Then I'm going to take my brush. Just want to wipe it off again. Always wipe your brush off in between. If you have a clean brush, that's good too. Because you want to make sure that you're not like kept product on there and then you're putting more on when you're blending it. You just want to blend that color. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to take that color that I used again on my little fluffy brush here, and I'm just going to buff this out. Because you want to create that shadow here. You just don't want it to look like you have a line. I don't want it to look like a line. I feel like I have to blend this a little bit more too, because I feel like I still have a little bit of a line. So I'm going to work on that a little bit more. So I don't. And that's something I always share this in all my videos, that I just want to make sure that you guys all know, because I have new subscribers. Always have a mirror. Like I have a mirror in front of me, and I have a magnified mirror. You want to be able to see in front, you know, close up and far away, because you're going to get two different perspectives. Close up, you might go, oh, that looks good. And the far away, you're like, oh, you know what I mean? So from far away, I could see like, yeah, I got to blend that a little bit more. Now, if you feel like you kind of went outside the line a little bit too much, just take a little bit, like you just feel like it's harsh. Just take a little bit of, this is my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder. You can use a finishing powder, setting powder, whatever. This is for my under eye, like my under eye setting powder. It's really, really fine. So I'm just putting that on a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to really lightly go over the edges. And what that will do again is it'll soften it up when I'm buffing it out. Okay, can you see how that lifted up my eyes? Now you can do it where it's even more of a lift if you want to, like even more of like almost like a winged look with an eye liner. I don't know if I want to show you this in this video, because I feel like it's going to be too much, but let's do it. We're going to do it. Okay, so I'm going to give you even another option. So say you did your eyes like this and you're still feeling like I want a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and take this black shadow right here, and I'm going to put it on this brush. This one is my number 23 rougher. So it's almost like the one I just used, but this one's a lot smaller and finer. I'm going to show you the difference between the two brushes, because this is really important. See the two brushes? So this is the one that I used just now. Wait, this is the one, I'm looking at my monitor. This is the one that I just used. This is the one I want to use. And see the difference between them? So this one is much smaller. Sorry. Looking at my monitor, on the monitor, I'm backwards, and so it confuses me. So I'm going to take the black shadow on this. I want to tap it off, just tapping off here. People always lose their mind when I tap it a little bit. It's like, I know it sounds like I'm banging my brush, but I promise you I'm not, okay? But you got to get some of that loose stuff off, and I see some people do the flick thing, like I can't, I don't know. Anyways, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to line. So I'm going to go right on my upper lash line. You see? So just like if I was using a liquid liner, it's going right on my lash line. So this is nice if you don't want it to look like you have a liquid liner. You just want something really soft, and you want to have like a faux winged look. This is what you do. So again, you go right on your lash line, and I am going to go up like this. See that? And then I'm going to bring it down like that. So it kind of gives me that little bit of a wing. I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye. This is the only way for me that this works. If I use a crayon, if I use something liquid, it doesn't work. But if I do this, it kind of gives me that little lift. And it doesn't look ridiculous on me, I don't think. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit more, but let's just do this one. So go again right on your, and you see where I'm holding my brush back in. Always want to hold it back. This one's a little thick, but that's okay. We can fix that. It's the thing about using shadow too, is you can always fix it if you get a little too much. Again, I'm going to go right on this corner here. Bring it up. Bring it down. Just like you would if you were doing a liner, like a, liquid liner or whatever. Okay, so this is what I want to show you, a couple things. Now, normally I don't like those little those little applicators that come in eyeshadow kits. This one came in a Dior one that I got, and I like it because see how it's pointy? I like that. I'm going to show you why. Because I can take this and I can just kind of clean things up with it. Like that. And do the same thing over here. And I can get in here and I can just go right on top of it and just blend it. Like I said, this is kind of thick. You can do a thinner line. I kind of want got a little crazy today. But to see even that, how that kind of like lifts my eye a little bit more. And just using a little bit of shadow. So I'm just going to line this liner because it just makes my lashes look thicker. And see the difference between that eye and that? I know my eyes look really red right now. So I'm going to finish doing this, put my liner on, my lashes, and I will be right back. So this is my final eye look, and you see how that just kind of lifted it up. So doing either of these, you don't have to do both of these, but if you just apply your shadow a little bit higher, it's going to lift your eyes up. If you do that little trick there with the eyeshadow, it's going to lift your eyes up. Now, if you're someone you feel like you can't keep it on, this will stay on me all day. If I do an eyeshadow like this, it will stay on me all day. But if you feel like you're someone that it doesn't, then you're going to have to try to practice using a pencil or liquid. I just don't have luck with that. I just feel like this is a softer look for me. I don't touch my face. I don't touch my face. I don't touch my eyes all day long. And I just don't have a problem with it staying on. What you could do though is you could, I'll do it now too, because I've been liking this. This is the Milk Prime or setting spray, and I am really liking this. I didn't use the primer on my face today. I don't use it every day, but I'm going to. And this will help it because it's sprayed on your whole face. So that'll help keep it in place too. Don't go there and just spray your eye. Don't be silly. Sometimes I feel like I have to say that because you just never know. Yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Would really appreciate you if you would share it. You can follow me on all the socials, and I will catch you guys all in my next video. Bye. Oh, Lord. Is this not gonna... Do I need a new sharpener? What the hell? Oh, wait, is this the one that you're not supposed to sharpen that I fucked up? I did this. I swear to God, I've done this before. Yeah, I just ruined my pencil. You just saw that. Okay, well, we're just gonna throw that out. This is the NARS when you're not supposed to do what I just did. I forgot. You're supposed to twist it up. But when you don't have your readers on, honey, you're blind. So you just saw that happen. It's awesome. I must have blindly bumped a button again. And so now I don't know what the time is on here, so that's awesome.